How's it going, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have Cherie Amour for the second time on the channel, and he can say his name and what he does in band.
What's good? I'm Trey. I sing in Cherie Amour, and I rap a little bit sometimes too.
There we go. Well, Trey, thank you for coming back on again. We're in the van as it is currently real cold and bitter out here in Pennsylvania, but gotta talk about the last time I had you guys on. It was a great time. I do want to say I did find out that their name was pronunciated a certain way, and I may have pronunciated it wrong the last time, so just wanted to correct that, just so everybody else knows how to say it. It doesn't look like an idiot like me, so it is Cherie Amour, so go check them out. But, Trey, have to ask, you guys released an album since the last time we came on, and I did an album review of it. You should go check it out if you have the time to, but how has the reception been on this album? I feel like the last time we talked, you were like, we're already working on the next thing.
Yeah.
So how has that reception been of the new album since you guys are out on tour right now?
Bro, like all of the reviews that we've had of the album and just like people hitting us up on social media or just seeing people that have never heard us.
Sure, yeah.
Getting their like live reaction during this tour so far. Overwhelmingly positive.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like it is crazy how much everyone is feeling it, and everyone just loves that we're like trying to bring something different and unique to the game.
100%.
So it's been really good.
That's awesome, and obviously they're out with Capstan. In her own words, Shallow Pools is great. They've also been an alumni on the channel as well. Would love to have you gals back on. When you have time.
They just signed to Equal Vision.
They just signed to Equal Vision. Congrats, kudos. And you guys are also on Equal Vision, so it's cool to have a label mate out there. But obviously, as we talked about off camera, Trey, how has the tour been? I know you guys have had a little bit of a challenge, going out and touring as most bands do. But how has the tour been itself? I'm sure you've had plenty of stories about the tour already.
Yeah, I mean, just it's some long drives, some cold drives as well. We hit a little snowstorm trying to get out to the first show in OKC. We were like heading towards Indianapolis, and I was driving too.
Oh man!
And I was like, bro, I don't think that we should continue. Like, we should pull off in the next town and
just sleep it off or something. Yeah, take a rest stop.
Yeah. So other than some interesting travel arrangements and tough weather so far, it's been a great tour. And like the guys from Capstan and iHow, and obviously Shallow Pools, like we've toured with them before.
Sure. Yeah.
It's just like really a lot of camaraderie on the tour, so it's cool.
Yeah, Capstan's awesome. I've had them on as well too. iHow is the only band I haven't had on, so we'll have to change that. But yeah, I love all of these bands. I think they're great. So if you have the opportunity to go see this, go out and see the boys. Cherie Amour, of course, but the other bands, chef's kiss too.
Yeah.
But that's awesome, and obviously while you guys are taking the drive to the next destination, what bands are you guys currently listening to in the van, just to kind of pass the time,
Man, we listen to a little bit of everything.
Oh, all right.
A few days ago, Ronnie was bumping some Gojira.
Ooh,
and that turned into some Iron Maiden after that.
All right.
We listen to a lot of rap music as well, like a lot of the Griselda guys.
Okay.
I don't know if you know like Rome Streets or like
I don't
Benny the Butcher.
Benny the Butcher, I know, yeah.
Yeah, so we've been bumping that. Man, like we listen to like everything. iHow's been getting played.
Ooh, well, there you go. All right.
Yeah,
Respect.
So yeah, I've been bumping a lot of metal lately, so I've been going crazy with the Slipknot mostly.
Oh, yeah. All right. And I gotta say too, like, you commented on my video about Sin City. I just love how it's like, you just get that, like, the face that everybody makes when they hear just like a nasty breakdown. You're like,
yeah.
So I feel like you guys, even with internal discussions, I really love that EP. But I feel like with Spiritual Ascension, you guys, did take it to another level. And I feel like you guys took more of an opportunity to add your influences even more so. Like, I felt like with the EP, not that it was bad, it was just kind of like, it's like an appetizer,
Yeah.
You're like, okay, I get it. There's little hints, there's little things here going on. But I felt like with Spiritual Ascension, there is a lot more just depth and a lot more time put into it. how do you guys feel knowing that it's finally out and that people can kind of get a better idea for your band? Because I feel like with the EP and knowing you guys from that point, it was like, okay, I get it, you know, like, but it didn't really start to click more until I listened to the album, and I was like, oh, okay, I know what they're trying to do now. So, have people come up to you guys, whether it be like online or on tour, and said like, I really thought Internal Discussions was good, but Spiritual Ascension, next level.
I absolutely got that before.
Okay.
And I feel that, like, for ourselves as a band, that because we're trying to do something different, that we almost didn't know exactly what we were trying to do on Internal Discussions. Like,
Sure.
you know, we had an idea, we had a vision
Sure,
for it,
yeah.
but then it's like, all right, now we're starting to craft, like, okay, this is our sound for real.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and we know how to make everything more cohesive. And, you know, just having this time, 10, 11 songs or whatever to work with, it just gave us more options.
Yeah, and I think it gives you more variety because there was even some of the songs that like weren't singles. I was like, okay, this one's a little different, but I like that they like decided to go and do something different because I feel like with bands sometimes you like you dip your toe in the water and you're like, I don't know, but I feel like you guys just like jumped headfirst into the pool. And we're just like, if we're gonna do it, let's go all the way. And I think I have to appreciate that as somebody who listens to a lot of music, is that I appreciate that you guys just went full force on it and just was like, and just went head first into it. So definitely go check out Spiritual Ascension if you hasn't already. It'll be linked below in the description. Go pick up the vinyl. I don't think they have it on tour yet, but
No, not yet.
But it'll be in my hands very soon. So I'm very excited about that. But Trey, I have to ask you, what is your favorite song to play live right now? Because I feel like you guys are like third in the set right now. So, I feel like you guys got a little bit of extra time to, bring out some gems. So what have you been vibing with live right now?
It's close between Losing Control.
Ooh.
Because it's just like,
okay.
just like I'm up there dancing and stuff.
Yeah.
So like that's really fun to do. But also God Be a Woman is great too. Like where we're just getting like, I don't know, the
Just
crowd
like
reception to that one is, and like I feel like I get to flex my vocals a little more on
That's
that
true.
one.
That's true.
So it's like, it's close. I'm not sure. It depends on like
It's on the
mood
day,
of,
right?
Yeah, exactly. Depends on the mood of that night,
That's awesome. And then, based off the live set, how much are you splitting up in terms of like from the EP as well as the full album, or are you guys doing more of the like full album just to kind of be like, hey, we have a new album out, let's do that?
No, we're still mixing in some of the EP stuff.
Nice.
Like Burn and A Beautiful Mess, Perfect Disaster. We kick off the set with those two. So it's
all right.
songs that have been out for a little longer. Like maybe if anybody knows us, they might know those couple.
The OGs, yeah.
Yeah, so
I got you.
And then we like start working into the album content.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to spoil the rest of the set in case anybody goes out, but there's some heat. There's some heat live, which I'm very excited about because I haven't seen you guys play. I have interviewed you obviously twice now, but it'll be exciting to see you guys and see the energy. And I love the fact, I got to give him shout outs to Casey. I love his content that he's been doing on all of the songs because as a content creator myself, I always find it interesting when bands try to get into it and try to do it. And I feel like Casey has been killing it. So if you can go follow them on social media, go do it, especially like TikTok, because I love the clips. They're just killing it. Casey, kudos Casey, you're killing it,
bro. We shot like probably like 4 or 5 TikToks in a day, so we're trickle them out over the next, like, probably do one every few days,
just try to like get what you can out. There we go. Well, keep following for the good TikTok content because it's been great. And also it's been cool to see, like, in terms of variations too, like you have some stuff that's like, I don't know if it's an 8-string or a 7-string guitar, and I was like, yo, what? I'm like, in some of the like breakdown parts, I'm like, okay, they have to be using like a 7-string for like those beefy like riffs and stuff. So it's good to see that I was, the mental thought process was on point, So
for sure,
definitely dig that. But speaking on that topic about content, Trey, what would be a song for a new listener, for people who don't know Cherie Amour and are just like either see you at the show or just stumble across your band online? What would be one song you'd recommend to a new listener to check out first?
I usually say Letting Go because I feel like it just kind of it encompasses every style that we do well in one song. You know, like opening the song with rapping, and then it gets into like that R&B sort of hook and
Yeah.
like, you know, bridge sort of part, and it's just like, I don't know. I feel like it gives that variety that we do in basically one song.
I would agree with that. I think there's like a certain mix of everything where you get like a little sample platter. You know, you get a little bit of rap, you get a little bit of R&B, you got some like heavy moments, you got some more pop moments.
Yeah.
It's a nice mix. So I would have to agree with that. So I'll leave it in below in the description. So go check it out. But the next question I have for you, Trey, obviously with a lot of bands getting back together recently, is there any band that you can think of that you would love to get back together that hasn't already?
Like a band that's doing like a reunion sort of tour.
Yeah, either that or like they come back and they're like, we're back.
I'm trying to think of who I might really like to see. I mean, I don't know if they're like, if they ever broke up or just stopped doing anything, or they might still be doing it. I don't know. But I like Chevelle a lot.
Ooh.
And I would love to see Chevelle live. So that would be tight.
All right. Respect.
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know. I feel like they're on, I'll have to post Brandon, we'll have to check on that one. But I'm pretty sure, I want to say they're still touring.
Yeah.
But I'm not 100%.
I got to look into that.
So, Chevelle, just take Cherie Amour on tour. Will be chef's kiss.
Doesn't it make sense?
Chevelle.
That soft CH.
Yeah. Listen,
totally
guys, you're missing out. Could be a banger tour, you know.
Yeah.
So, Chevelle, I know you watch my stuff, so I do appreciate it. So take these guys out. Come on.
Yes, please.
Do it up. But the next question I have for you, Trey, if you were to compile a dream band, who would be in that super group?
Wow. Okay. That is tough. All right, on guitar, I'm going with Jimi Hendrix.
Ooh.
On drums, I want Joey Jordison.
Ooh.
And then me singing. Say no.
Hey, do it up,
no.
do it up.
Let me think. Who for real would I want to sing? Probably Lenny Kravitz.
Ooh.
And then, here's Casey. Can he come in here?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Casey.
We're doing an interview right now. We
Oh,
were just talking.
Casey's in here. Casey's in the van, house,
Yeah.
home.
What was?
I was just talking about Casey just like minutes ago.
Yeah.
About how his content game's on point. So here you go. You can say your piece now.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I didn't know this was video too.
It's absolutely video.
I hope he doesn't mind. I'm all over his legs right now. I feel very erotic. Anyways, I'm Casey. I'm here with them boys. The boys, and I play guitar in the band.
You also play bass.
Yeah, I play bass. I tend to play bass too. Tonight I'm playing bass. We are currently outside the venue in our vehicle of choice, a giant metal shuttle. And we are on our trip to Fuckland. It's very nice. Very, very, very nice. Anywho, how are we doing tonight?
Pretty good. I think I was just naming like if I wanted to build a super group.
Yeah. So you can answer as well, Casey.
Hold on, real quick though. Thundercat on bass.
Ooh.
Yeah, Thundercat on bass.
All right.
Yeah.
I like it. All right. Did you complete your lineup, Trey?
I think I said drums, guitar. How many guitarists do we have?
We'll have two guitarists.
Okay,
Of
I
course.
need one more. Who's like a real solid rhythm guy? I don't know. We might just be a 4-piece.
Okay. Respect. Respect. Casey, do you have a super group lineup?
So I've never really thought about this before, people you really like as musicians. All right. So I guess, all right, I want to start off with this, and then I'll have some names here. It depends on kind of like what you're going for. Like, are we talking like technically like just absolutely phenomenal musicians, or are we talking like the catchiest group of like all fucking time?
I think we have to go with catchiest. I mean, that's what's going to make the money, right?
Like, yeah, who riding the hooks?
Yeah, exactly.
Who be the boys with the hooks? Yeah, because, like, technically speaking, I would agree Thundercat is a phenomenal choice. He's just an amazing... He's probably one of my favorite bassists as far as just technically speaking goes. But other than a few songs, I don't think he's, like, the catchiest bassist necessarily. But
he's got so much variety. Though,
yeah, no,
bro.
I am not. He is phenomenal.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind. I saw him live, and his talent is like unmatched.
Yeah.
But like when I think of like a catchy bassist, someone who's writing hits. I don't know if he's like the first one that comes to my mind.
I feel it.
Yeah.
I mean, Thundercat though, because he was also in Suicidal Tendencies for a time.
Oh yeah, I mean, bro, he's a legend.
So it's just like I know he can do the neo soul if I wanted to go in that direction, that R&B groove, that funky stuff. He could lay that down, or if you just want to just thrash for a minute, he could do that too.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. So there's this bassist I follow, Fernando, or some shit.
I know who you're talking
Fernando Rosa or something like that. Yeah, I don't know, man. The way he plays that bass, like when he does like the '70s stuff, I don't know. I kind of like. I would love to get some of that like Earth, Wind, Fire shit in there.
I feel you, dog. I feel that.
Do you remember now? Yeah, I love that shit. Like it's so good.
It's fire.
Yeah, it's so good. So, anyways, Fernando, I'm gonna give Fernando my bass slot.
Okay.
Just because I don't want to take Thundercat. He's got Thundercat.
He's got it,
you
yeah.
know, like if this
The
was our
roster.
was our NFL fantasy league,
Oh yeah.
we both can't have Thundercat. Like he already been
can't,
drafted.
yeah,
Yeah.
he-
He got first round pick.
First round pick, yeah. Trey was here first, so he gets
Exactly,
first round
exactly.
pick, yeah.
He's
Yeah.
off the board. I'm sorry.
Yeah. X.
So as far as like guitar goes, I'm super into like jazz guitar. I don't like anything shreddy because I don't think it adds a lot to the music a lot of times unless like that's your type of brand.
Fair
I
enough.
think of like Polyphia. I think they've done a good job of making like
I would agree.
catchy prog music, but still I think they could never like actually 100% like restrain themselves.
Oh, well,
Like-
I mean, their talent just like is just like,
Bro, it fucking seeps out of them.
Yeah.
Technically speaking, Tim Henson will be one of my first round picks because of the talent. There's
Fair
just
enough.
the absolute talent that bleeds out of that dude. But what's his name? The guy who is he's the guitarist for Justin Bieber, actually. Something Wolf. Jules Wolf. It's like Jules Wolf. The dude's just phenomenal, like a
Ooh.
super good like soul player. Like when I watch him play, I like kind of like jizz my
Kinda
pants
freak
a
out.
little bit. Well, like it's just like it's a spiritual experience watching him play. I'm like, God damn, bro.
You got a Spiritual Ascension watching him.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
God damn. Yeah,
Hey.
I was right.
let's
Right.
go.
His name is Jules the Wolf. This motherfucker.
Check him out. I haven't heard of him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Solo music too.
Yeah, no, he does. It's called like We the Band. Yeah, I think that's like his group. But yeah, no, he's super fucking talented.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I mean, he's playing for Justin Bieber. I don't think you need
Gotta
to
be
know
one
much
of the
more.
best.
Yeah, you don't need to know much more than that.
Yeah, say less.
But like, yeah, no, I'm super into fucking him. As far as vocalists go, who would I recruit as a vocalist? God damn, who's one of my favorite singers?
You tell me, Casey. I did ask you, so.
Yeah. I never considered this before till today, so I really fucking appreciate it. I'm digging through the register right now and trying to think about it. Yeah.
Doing the calculations.
Exactly. I would say the singer is Sleep Token, but like his voice is like very like you could put it in a box. Like I want someone who's versatile.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, but like I do really appreciate the way he writes.
He's great.
Yeah.
Somebody I just thought of. I should have said Ali Sykes.
Oh yeah, he is talented as fuck.
Ooh.
But like I don't know, cause I remember he had that issue with screaming. Like he wasn't supposed to be screaming no more for a minute.
I think he learned how to like better control his voice because
Yeah.
he's been like really solid ever since.
Yeah,
I would agree.
he can really do it. Like that's another band I should have mentioned earlier when you mentioned like who we're listening to and who we're influenced by. Is like Bring Me the Horizon. I love that every album they done was like so different from the last one, and they still just make it work every time. And I feel like they're always like 2 years ahead of the game, like of everybody else, and they're just doing something new. And people are like hated it first, and then give it 24 months, and they're like, "Yeah, this was the best album that year." Like you know, like, that happens with like the last like 3 Bring Me albums, yo. It's crazy.
You know what? I think I
agree.
just landed on it.
Okay. What is it?
I'm gonna say Travis McCoy.
Ooh.
I think he was really writing banger after banger
Fair
after
enough,
banger after banger.
Okay.
Like, and I don't want just like a straight up singer. Like you can find someone who's just ultimately talented, but maybe is not writing the best songs. I don't think those. I think this goes for any like instrument. Like you can be an exceptionally talented. Like you could be like the best singer, but it doesn't mean you're writing like especially catchy songs. And I want to like write songs that really hook people. Yeah,
Like Trey.
Yeah, exactly. My man Trey. He
Yeah,
just be. He's been riding
yeah.
them hooks.
Yeah, he's got them hooks. He just takes out his.
He
just
got
takes
the
them out of his
hooks.
pocket, and he's just like, okay, here you go.
He's just. Yeah, no, he's good. And then as far as drummers go, I'm gonna have to say I think his name's Nate Smith from what's he play with? Oh, the that fucking funk band. He's just so good.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, you talking about golly. It's on the
Fly something or
No, that wasn't.
Soulfly.
no.
I love it. Hey, that's some good stuff too. You feel me?
Yeah.
I honestly probably bumped
Oh,
more
the Fearless
Soulfly than
Flyers.
Sepultura.
The Fearless Flyers.
Oh.
He's with the Fearless Flyers, and let me tell you what, they're like funk music. You know that second verse I wrote for What We Gonna Do? That down, bow, bow, gotta ba bow, 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 ba 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 gotta ba gotta ba da bow, 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 ba gotta ba dum. That like
Exactly.
he's Nate Smith and just like Corey Wong from the Fearless Flyers are some of like my influences for that.
Corey
Like,
Wong.
Yeah, no, dude, he's so good. Like I tend to naturally speaking, I tend to play like that. Like I play like really funky. I always have. I just like to keep the right hand motor going. Like that's just something I really like.
The right hand
right?
is just
Yeah. So
rocking.
like when I was writing a demo, like this is a little while back now, like 6 months, 8 months ago. I was thinking for my next part, I was like, damn man, like I really want to funk it up a little bit. Like so I
guys
just like
did.
just a general idea. Like I never like go to a song and think to myself like I should just take this and like make it my own. No. I was just like the general concept of the way he plays is keep your hand fucking going and kind of get a little noodly with it. I know the way Nate Smith plays. He has like typically when I watch him play, he has like a 3-piece kit. It's literally like a singular like hi-hat, a kick drum, and a snare, and that is it.
That's awesome.
But he makes it sound like it's a fucking like 8-piece kit. Just the way he plays, he's like incredibly talented. Like he can do a lot with a little, and that would be my first draft pick for drums.
Hey,
So
there we go.
yeah, sorry that
completed the
got really
list.
detailed. That was like a whole
Yeah,
thing.
respect.
Yeah,
You really
but-
thought it out on camera.
fuck. Yeah, you only get 30 minutes on these
Only
cameras.
30. Only.
What camera is that?
This is a Sony A7S.
Okay. Oh,
So
yeah,
it's
that's
like
fine.
20-ish. Usually, that's where the money is.
Yeah,
at.
yeah, yeah.
So.
He got the actual video camera. I have the photo version, the A7R3.
Oh, excuse me.
This is all going over my head. All over my head.
Trey's not a part of this right now. Casey and I are having a bonding moment here. on camera.
exactly.
But anyway, the next question I have for you guys, I'm very curious on this. I am very much a music nerd in this aspect, but what song from the demo stage of Spiritual Ascension changed the most in the final product of the album?
I'm
would you
going to say Losing Control. If we're not talking about songs that were made in the studio, because there's a few that were fresh in the studio, but Losing Control, think about that. Where it came from and where it landed.
Yeah, that was a huge remix, Losing Control, and also I think Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye got a little bit of a remix as well.
Yeah, I'd say Mind's Eye was pretty serious.
Yeah.
Losing Control was a 8-minute, like, prog, like, insanity. It was absolute fucking insanity. And Alan's like, oh, hell no. Hell to the fucking
He's like, I'm not gonna do a jam band.
No, bro, it was like literally the stuff in that song, like it was disgusting. And there was like 6 key changes.
What?
Yeah, the bridge was like hella long and shit. I made it like extra like just over the top.
Respect. That's
yeah,
great.
yeah. I was just having
I want to hear that now.
I'll show you after this interview.
Okay, great.
I was just having the time of my life.
Clearly, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
the song, do you know what the demo title is called?
No, I have
Casey's Bath Salt Adventure.
I don't know where he comes up with this stuff, because that's not the only weird demo title. There's a bunch of them. Like, I don't know, was it computer-generated kittens or something?
Yeah, no, it's kitten-generated paradox, because
Okay,
if you,
I don't know.
it's just the concept of like if you drop a cat, right? But if you were like captured,
Man.
like it just like the cats always land on their feet. So if you had them in like an anti-gravity chamber, would they just spin infinitely? And could they generate energy?
All I really need to know is what was the origin of tableside meat service for 2? That's another demo.
Oh, that's
title.
Fogo de Chao.
Oh my gosh.
So like imagine if two of you go to like a Fogo de Chao, right? They're bringing you meat. They're servicing the meat.
That's
like they're bringing the
correct.
meat service. So it's tableside meat service for two, is it not?
I mean, he's not wrong.
Exactly.
I mean,
He's a I don't know, a mastermind, evil genius, just crazy guy over here.
Yo, one of my favorite demo titles right now is Backshots at Tiffany's, because I'm fairly certain that when they were at Tiffany's having breakfast, they weren't there for breakfast. Nobody gets that excited for breakfast. There's clearly some backshots occurring, so that's why it's called Backshots
Debatable.
at Tiffany's.
I get excited about breakfast.
Yeah, I mean, that excited?
Oh.
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Yeah.
Nah, you were definitely fucking. Ah!
Oh my god.
I can't.
You were slaying it, man. You were laying it down.
This is not safe for parental use. Just so you know, we're gonna put a timestamp on where you can come back to this moment and not relive this part. So
They just never should have
They
invited me
should've.
in the band. It was at this moment.
Come in the van. Now we're talking about all crazy stuff.
It was at this moment he realized he's fucked up.
Don't worry, I'll cut that in.
Perfect.
I have the editing skills of like a 7-year-old. So I'm very excited. But that's very interesting. I always wonder, because I do see like some demo title names, and I gotta give Casey some kudos here. Those are about the most obscene and insane demo title names I think I've ever heard. So
I think
kudos, awards.
Oh, thank you.
Awards.
I think Low and Lean was the only one to keep the demo title, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the only one.
Yeah. It was Low and Lean. Like a small fun fact was like lonely. Like I just think about the way Ron talks right now, right? Because like Ron sometimes doesn't finish his words.
He just puts them all together.
Yeah.
Everything into
So
the
like
next
if you
word.
say low and lean, like yeah, it sounds like low and lean. But you're talking wrong. Lonely. It sounds like lonely.
It does. I would agree.
I
Yeah.
realized that was Ron inspired.
Yeah. No, it was. It
This is
was.
revelations for me now.
Yeah.
And you're in the band, so
Right.
Like if you were saying it fast, I mean, just like not even Ron talking, you're like lonely. It sounds like lonely.
it does.
Yeah. So either it's a party song or it just means you're lonely. Which, if you think about it lyrically speaking,
It's
it
both.
kind of coincides.
We're having a Mega Minds moment here.
Yeah, for sure. It
Yeah.
actually reminds me of you saying it's kind of both, though, because this guy came up to me at the venue. I want to say, I think we were in Atlanta, and he goes, "So listening to your lyrics, I can't tell if you're like for religion or against religion. Like, what is it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I got mixed feelings." Exactly right. That's exactly what you're supposed to get out of it.
You're like, yes.
That right.
I think that's perfect though. Like, I mean, people should question things. They should wonder why, and they should always be fucking questioning, like why.
I
Like,
agree.
don't blindly follow religion. Don't blindly follow government. Don't blindly follow the people that you follow. You should always question, like, why.
Why it exists.
Why? Yeah, exactly,
Why?
exactly. And a lot of times it will make you appreciate people more than anything else. And sometimes it will reveal to you that maybe like what they were doing all along was actually kind of like maybe not ethically or morally all there. You know? So like you should always question why. Like you should think Cherie Amour, why?
Hold up. What? Why are we Cherie Amour?
No, you should be thinking like if you're a follower of Cherie Amour, you should know like you should think about like why. And I think we exist because we just love music. Like if you talk to anybody in this band, we understand already how like hard this is and how like financially it doesn't make sense.
Sure. Yeah.
Like some of us, Trey being one of the major ones, have made major sacrifices. Like Trey had to give up kind of like
Salutes.
a pretty high paying job to make this work. So like you know when you consider that, you just got to think about like I'm just saying like what's our purpose here, and we just love the music so much. Like I think like we're very genuine and clear about what we're trying to accomplish here. We're not trying to be rock
yeah.
stars. We're just trying to like play and do the career that we love to do versus like this isn't about the money, and it clearly isn't, because like I said, Trey made a major sacrifice. I'm
reminding you. You've made major sacrifices.
yeah,
This is quite true.
Trey's about to smoke an extra blunt because I'm stressing him out.
Yeah, I can tell. Yeah, he's just like, man, when is this interview over with?
But like even for myself, man, I just went through like 2 years of PA school. I'm not finished yet. I got a few more months left. But my point being, like, I absolutely have stressed myself out. I've lost a lot of hair, like over this shit. Like, I would never have done it if I didn't love it as much as I
Yeah.
do. I couldn't give it up. I've tried giving it up before, and I can't give it up. It's like fucking crack.
Yeah.
It's like bath salts.
Amen.
That's how I got on my adventure.
Full circle moment.
Hey!
Connected the dots, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, we love it. But yeah, no, I feel like listening to your music and knowing what you guys are and seeing the growth from the EP to the album, it's such a cool thing to be, especially doing band interviews. It's such a cool thing to see, like, bands grow and evolve and do different things and change up their style, and like, you're a part of the journey, right? And I think that a lot of the times we're just like, I didn't like that album. That album wasn't that great, you know? And then you're just like, then you talk shit about the band, and you're just like, well, I think they fell off. Cherie Amour fell off, you know? And I think it's upsetting because, to me at least, because I know how much time and effort you guys put in, how much sacrifices you make. You know, it requires a lot of effort to just take a shit on someone's music, right? But I think it's, like, even more so of an effort to just be like, Casey, Trey, did a great job. You guys are killing it. Fucking sick. You know, Spiritual Ascension, chef's kiss, you know? Yeah. And I think that goes a long way. And I always try to stress this in anything that I do here on the channel, is that these are people that have sacrificed a lot, and they make music, and they love doing it. So, you know, like, you would want someone to support what you love to do. Why don't you support someone else in doing what they love to do? So,
yeah,
that's my 2 cents.
I
Thank
appreciate
you.
that,
Thank
man.
you.
I really do appreciate
Thank
that. Yeah.
That is super real. I am surprised this interview got here.
it just mixed. We just needed Casey to rock it all. Oh, his phone fell through the floor.
I don't need that shit right now. This is more important.
We're in the moment here, you know.
Exactly.
But I feel like, but I do feel like you guys have taken on the challenge of just doing something different, and I have to give you a lot of commitments for it. There's some songs that I was like, I don't know how I feel about it. More specifically, like the first 2 songs, I was like, it didn't make sense to me. And then the more I listened to it, I'm like, okay, it's starting to click more and more. And then by the time I listened to it about the 10th or 11th time, I was like, oh, okay, that's it. You know, the gears were turning.
So hear me out. I guess from my perspective, the big thing for us is that we, first off, don't want to be boxed in.
Sure.
Like, we don't want to be just a pop punk band. We kind of want to do whatever the fuck we want to do. I mean, I hated that we started exactly. Yeah. I hated when people started calling us pop punk in the first place. I don't like the idea of new punk. For me personally, I think we can be anything that we want to be. And I want it to stay like that. So if we decided to make a record that was just one genre, without any sort of blend to it, then I think that would kind of be just not really all that interesting.
Sure.
Look, yeah. I listen to the release radar. Let's put it this way. I listen to the release radar on Spotify every week. I am, a little bit jaded about music because I've been listening for a very, very long time.
Sure.
Very devoted music listener. So, we're all a little jaded in some sort of way.
Yeah.
But what I mean is when I listen through the release radar, a lot of times I'm skipping good songs. They're good songs, but they're just we've heard it.
Yeah.
We already heard it.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of times where me and you especially, we're I want to hear something weird. And then I'll put something on and I'm like, this is fire because I've never heard anything like it. And other people are just this is trash. But I have such value on originality that I'm I've never heard anyone do this before. If you think it sucks, just because it's different, it's hitting me in a way where I'm this is amazing.
The dopamine hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep sending me this shit.
Bro, no, exactly like he's saying though. We want to we want to shock people in some sort of ways. We're not trying to make songs jarring as in bam, new genre. No, not like that. We're looking to blend it, but also make it feel really unique. I think we can make a pop punk or post-hardcore or even a metalcore record, and we can make it sound incredible. But that's not what we're trying to do. In my opinion, that's the easy way out. It is. It's the easy way out. Just make a straightforward record that will be easily digestible by a bunch of fucking people. I don't want to do that, though, because then, that's not the point. We're trying to be innovative. I literally write songs that I trash because I think that they're not innovative enough. They might have, a neat riff or something, but they're not innovative enough. They're not, doing something new. I'll get into a stride where I'll be writing, songs that I feel somewhat are kind of like following the same rhythm. Like,
Sure.
oh no, I need
Yeah.
to change this up because we're not really like breaking any sort of barriers, and we don't need the same song 4 fucking times. For instance, a band that fits into a perfect box is like Movements, right? They're kind of like that sort of like emo sound. If you
I
listen
agree.
to like what's that record called? Feel Something, I think.
Feel Something. Yep.
Yeah, amazing record all the way through. And I mean, like, but that's like their
They're niche.
thing. Yeah. I'm hoping that we can continue this stride of like doing weird shit. Like for me, like one of the peaks of that was Low and Lean, and when we first like kind of put that into play, I was definitely a little like conflicted. But the more I listened to it, I was like, this is what we fucking needed.
It's heat.
Yeah. Like we took like the most nasty, gnarliest, like riff, like metal riff, and put it in a funk thing. So you're not sure if you're supposed to dance or knock someone's teeth out.
Yes, that's how I felt very conflicted in that song. You guys can check that out in the links below. But that whole album, like listening through and not having any context on like, I mean, I guess I did have a little bit because I did listen to the EP, but like I felt like listening through to the album, I didn't fully get it until like a couple listens after. So I always recommend don't go on your first urges, because sometimes you could be like, I'm not feeling that one. Then you can come back to it. And that's why I always love doing the albums of the year at the end of the year, because I'll definitely say like that album I was like a little bit off base on, because I feel like now that I've listened to it a couple more times since that period, I'm like, oh, okay. There's new little things that like came up, and you're like, oh, okay, I like that part now. And then you listen to it again, you're like, oh, okay, Trey's doing this thing, or ooh, Casey's doing that thing, or like Sherm's doing this thing. I didn't notice that first time. So now it's like full circle, where like now I've listened to it probably in the realm of like 20 to 25 times now, and I'm like, okay, it makes sense now. It's coming together. So I always recommend viewers check out the whole thing. Don't just be like that one person that's just like, yeah, I like the singles, but like I don't like the rest of it. Like there's a whole concept behind it, so listen to the whole thing. It's great. I definitely recommend.
We appreciate them, man. We really do.
There we go. Well, guys, the last thing I have to say, and the most important thing,
Oh, no.
where can they find Cherie Amour at? What do you guys have coming up in the next couple months? And anything else you want to plug or talk about?
So you can find us on Pornhub. We have a couple of songs on there. As far as like future plans go, Trey's getting into the adult film industry. Nah, we don't. We're gonna.
Something new, because like 2 weeks ago he told me I was playing drums on the next record. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Okay.
Yo, everybody, I need you to chronologically put all of these interviews. Someone out there is dedicated to Cherie Amour that much. I need you to find the first interview they did on this tour, and then I need you to chronologically put them all in order so we can see how crazy Casey gets throughout this entire tour. I need to know. If there's more interviews, let me know, because I would love to know how off the rails you get by the end of this.
Look, all I'm saying is that Ron, I wrote a song. It was not that crazy, but he's like, oh, you're going to need a feature drummer on that. I was like, and yeah, it's going to be Trey.
I don't know how I got brought into this. I don't know.
It's kind of a rototom part in a certain song called Losing Control.
I might be able to do that.
Yeah, there you go.
He might be.
Go.
Just maybe.
Yeah. His band director came to the show in North Carolina. We know he can play. He's the new drummer.
What?
High school, me and Ron were like in marching band in high school together, and our band director moved from Maryland down to North Carolina to Greensboro. Nice. So like he came out to our show the other night, and that was really dope. Yeah.
Big moments.
Hell yeah.
Huge.
Well, on the real, you can find us on Spotify.
Yep. Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, Amazon, wherever you stream music.
Yes.
Cherie Amour will be there.
Fuck yeah.
Our socials were like at Cherie Amour Band on pretty much everything: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that stuff. So yeah, as far as plans go, I don't know. Honestly, don't know. I think our manager's working something behind the scenes, but he hasn't told any of us yet.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, you all can expect that we will have new music. Like, I mean, we've been writing demos before the last record was even done. Like, we have hundreds upon hundreds of demos. We're constantly writing
funny
new music.
demo names that you won't see.
Oh, some of them are appalling. They're absolutely disgusting.
Okay.
I
don't know what else to say.
You think I'm fucking kidding? I can bust
no.
out my phone, but you.
Yeah, I mean, we're always recording, so new music will be out. Hopefully, we'll be in the studio like sometime within the first, half of next year or something.
Yep.
To work on another album or
Exactly.
something.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And have another spiritual ascension. You know what I'm saying?
A Spiritual Ascension 2. Electric Boogaloo.
Exactly. I mean, we're trying to ascend even higher.
Okay, so what's higher than Ascension, guys? You have to come up with a name in the comments.
What's higher than ascension is Trey. Trey always high. He's getting higher all the time.
I'm actually not high right now.
Let's get Rom. We could change that.
All right, let's go. So anyway, guys, I was gonna make a terrible joke. I'd be like, guys,
Make
it! Cherie Amour, the best band. I can't do it.
Do it!
Sure. Please go.
I am encouraging this.
No, I don't want to.
I don't want it, Dad.
I don't want to do it.
I don't want to dig these holes.
I don't need to get flamed in the comments. But please go check out Cherie Amour. I've already been flamed once for saying the name wrong the first time.
Cherie Amour.
It's Cherie Amour. So no. Anyway, check out Cherie Amour. Links in the description. If you'd like to watch the album review, that would also be very sick. But let you know that the opinions have changed since said review was done. So good shit. Go check it out. Please go buy it. Go buy the vinyl because it's sick. I bought it. I'm waiting for it. I'm going to wait like 20 years for this vinyl to ship to my house. But hey,
Fuck
whatever.
yeah, yes.
It's okay. It's going to be great. They're going to have like album 30 out by that time. So keep your eyes peeled. But please go follow them on social media. Go follow them on TikTok. I already gave a props to my man here, Casey, on the TikTok game. He's rocking it. So listen, if you want some funny, good shit about the songs that you didn't know about, go check it out. If you like this interview, share, like, and subscribe. It goes a long way. It'll also be out on audio form, so if you are a band and you're taking the long drives, you could listen to it. It'd be kind of cool.
You will not gain anything good from this conversation, but you'll at least laugh.
And that's important. Laughter is important. So
Exactly.
And huge thanks to Trey and Casey for coming on again. I appreciate it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you having us on.
Thank you, good sir. We appreciate you.
Yeah. It's
Glad
glad to meet you in person. Finally.
in person.
Yeah.
For real. Real life.
For
I'm
real.
here. This isn't, I'm not green screened it. But anyway, guys, we'll be talking to you in the next video. Peace.
Peace.
Yay. We did.